Hey you, are you new to Honkai Star and have absolutely no clue what the simulated universe is or how it works? Yes? Well, that is perfect, my dear viewer, because I'll be teaching you everything you need to know about the most common in-game, the simulated universe. Let me know how you feel about the simulated universe in the comments. While you're here, please leave a like and maybe subscribe while your eyes are down there. I'd appreciate it since I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2025 to apply to become a Hoyo creator and make money from YouTube. Also, maybe follow my Twitch, TikTok, and Instagram too. Anyway, let's get into it. What is the simulated universe? The simulated universe is a roguelike game mode that challenges players with increasingly difficult combat scenarios. For my Honkai Impact 3rd players, Miscellaneous Zero's players, and Wildering Race players, this is your Elysian Realm, Hollow Zero, or Depths of the Elusive Realm. I'm not going to mention Genshin Impact here because while there are slight similarities with the Imagining Theater structure, the game mode is a little bit different from these other ones. Getting back on track here, the simulated universe has a ton of in-game lore that teaches you about the history of Aeons, the gods of this game. To be honest, I'm not really much of a lore player when it comes to the simulated universe. I just pick options and speed through them to get my rewards to help me clear faster. Anyway, what makes me qualified to teach you about the simulated universe? Well, I don't know. I just thought it would be a funny idea for a video. Plus, I called myself the self-proclaimed simulated universe guy in a Zillness video I made, despite only making one video on it. So I really just wanted the name to stick in the entire Gacha Space community. Just trying to make a name for myself. Back on topic again, the structure of the simulated universe is very simple. So let's start with that and the items gained while playing in this mode. Whenever you start any run of the simulated universe, you will always have to choose a path first. Once you've chosen that, you'll get a few blessings and cosmic fragments and eventually start your run. Each run, you will always have to go through 13 floors or domains, the name that simulated universe calls them, with your boss floors being floors 4, 8, and 13, while the respite domains are 5, 9, and 12. All the floors after in between all these areas are all your choices out of the two they will provide you. Now, let's transition into how the different paths work. Like I mentioned earlier, whenever you are starting off with any run in the simulated universe, you will have to choose a path to stride on for your run. Starting with the paths from left to right, the preservation, the remembrance, the nihility, the abundance, the hunt, the destruction, and last but not least, the elation. If you all haven't watched my last video on the simulated universe, which you likely haven't, you would know that each path has its own substat that's important to it. For preservation, it's all about shields. For remembrance, it's all about effect hit rate. For nihility, it's all about debuffs in general, but it's a lot more DOT focused. The abundance is all about healing. Hunt is all about speed and crit. Destruction is all about HP and elation. Is all about follow-up attacks. The ability to be able to choose a specific path for your runs is not just for show, because when you get 3 blessings for a path that you're following, you get access to the path resonance ability. What are blessings? Blessings are cards that you get after completing almost everything in the simulated universe. They are literally the bread and butter to keep this mode stuck together. If you don't have any blessings, you're honestly pretty cooked. Blessings are so important because they are buffs that you get from the specific path that is shown on the blessings to do a ton more damage than you would before. This can be something like game altering abilities like my personal favorite, Hell is Other People, which lets you stack multiple breaks on the enemy, or something like All Things Are Possible, which lets everybody on the team become a DOT character as long as you have at least one, preferably Black Swan, on the field. Like I said earlier, get 3 blessings of a specific path that you chose to run, and you can acquire the path resonance ability. These span from sacrificing some HP for a giant explosion, a tornado applying a ton of debuffs on the enemy, or just a ton of arrows hitting the enemy. If you continue to get a total of 6, 10, or 14 blessings in total for the path that you're running, you can also gain more of these abilities with your past resonance to making it even more useful. For example, the character with the highest attack getting a 100% action advance in the turn order, or maybe suspicion being placed on the enemy, causing your DOTs to do a lot more damage than before. Overall, very useful addition to your runs. Next, we will talk about domains. I lightly touched on the topic of domains earlier, but didn't go too in depth for them. In case you need a reminder, domains are the names of the different floors you go through in this game mode. There are 13 domains in total. Floors 4, 8, and 13 are the boss floors, with 13 being the final boss floor for every run. Boss floors in the simulated universe will only have the boss, emerging reward capsule, and the portal to the respite domain or exit portal. Respite domains are places to take a breather after and before the bosses, with the domains being 5, 9, and 12. Respite domains have a reviver, downloader, and let you talk to her for upgrades on blessings or curos at the cost of cosmic fragments. All the other domains always come down to your choice. You could choose a combat domain, an occurrence domain, or a transaction domain. Starting with combat domains, these domains will always have a certain number of enemies you'll have to fight no matter what, unless you have Acheron. Usually it'll be 3 for the first domain, but can vary when you decide to go through these domains further in your runs. Occurrence domains are more based on your choices at the moment. You can choose to get blessings, cosmic fragments, or curos, usually. Maybe even both or all. Shout out to Ron May's blessing and the Knights of Beauty one. Transaction domains, you'll usually have to give up something to gain something possibly better, whether it be blessings or cosmic fragments. Now that we've gotten that down, let's talk about the miscellaneous items I haven't talked about. Welcome to the miscellaneous section. If you made it this far into the video, maybe put a ghost emoji along with the question I asked earlier. Anyway, let's start off with curos. Curos are significant buffs to any runs. For example, there's one curo that ups everyone's Eidolon resonance to 1, meaning that it could potentially give your characters their E1 abilities despite being E0, and it lasts the whole run. This curo is amazing. Unfortunately, there are such things as negative curos, which you've guessed it, negatively impact your runs. For example, there's one curo that can take away 2 technique points for your team. Another one can just get rid of 5% attack and then create a clone of itself, maxing out at 3, getting rid of 20% attack just like that. You do not want these curos. Cosmic fragments are the currency you use to buy literally anything inside of this mode. You want to have a ton overall in your runs to be able to buy the items you need in your runs and enhance your blessings in the end after all. The skill tree lets you get more permanent buffs to the simulated universe in all of its modes, except for the divergent universe. For example, the mini nodes of attack percent, HP percent, and defense percent, and the path resonance buffs. The main one you really want to focus on getting is the consumables in simulated universe, because then you can use that to get more technique points. I don't know why I wrote skill points. And heal more efficiently after enduring the mini battles. This next one might not be for simulated universe, but it's a lot more important for your account growth as a whole. The herd of bonds that you get after completing any new difficulty of any world of the simulated universe can be used to get free 5-star light cones and past event light cones inside the herder store. along with refinement materials and special standard Star Wheel passes. The index for Simulated Universe also gives you rewards for getting heroes or blessings that you've never obtained before. Also, if you don't know how much of the buff that a blessing or a hero will provide you, I'd recommend turning off the brief description. Last but not least, after completing and obtaining all of your weekly rewards, you'll be greeted with Immersifiers. Immersifiers are used to obtain planet ornaments after you complete any boss, or you can just walk past them and not care about them at all. Anyway, I think that's it for this video. If you all enjoyed me talking about the Simulated Universe, please tell me if I did a good job in the comments below. Also, tell me anything I might have missed or might have glossed over that you'd like more detail on. Remember to leave a like, maybe subscribe while your eyes are down there, and I will catch you guys in the next time. I'll catch you guys next time. If you continue to watch my content, that is. Peace.